So your question is, how do we solve this third part of this problem? After how long will 70% of the target market have bought the product? So how many days? So this is the formula that tells us the percentage of the target market. So we're trying to find when 70% has bought the product. So 70%. So we know the percentage, and what we're looking for is the time. Okay. And that's the formula they gave us for the percentage. So when will this formula equal 70%? So help me solve this if you use that. Suggested you use your graphing calculator. At this point, that's all we have is to use our graphing calculator. So what we're going to do is subtract 70 from both sides and make it look like this. And we're going to put that in our graphing calculator. So under Y1 in your calculator, type in 100, 1 minus, and then here is your E button. So second, and then this E, to the negative 0.06x. Close parentheses because they were part of the exponent. Close the parentheses because we're closing this. So you have two sets of parentheses in your calculator. The first opened up when you punched in the E. The second we need to close because it's the end of this set of parentheses. And then put the minus 70 in there. So this is what your graphing calculator should look like. And then you're going to graph. And so it looks like this when we graph it. We are looking for the point where it is equal to 0. So I'm going to change my windows just a little bit so I can see when it drops down. Remember that a 0, and I'm changing my Y minimum to negative 20 so I can see where it goes below the line. Remember that a 0, which is what we're looking for here, is the same thing as an x-intercept, and you can do that in your calculator doing second trace. And we are looking for 0, so that's option number 2 in my calculator. Left bound, so reading this graph from left to right, we're going to need to go below the x-axis. And although I can't see it, I'll know when I'm below the x-axis because my y values will turn to negative. So I'm below the x-axis. And now right bound, so reading left to right, on the right side of this 0 is when my function comes above the x-axis. So hit enter once your y values become positive again. It tells you to guess. You don't have to guess. Just hit enter one more time. And then it tells you x is equal to 20.0662. And it says to round to the nearest integer, so no decimals, 20